Just remember this also, it's like Miles Davis said, they see you before they hear you. Well, he was a motherfucker, man, anyway. I miss him every fucking day, I miss him. Hey, this is Jason Miles. I'm a music producer, keyboardist, arranger, composer, and I'm on Blazetrak. I'm bringing a sense of reality to what it really takes to get ahead, not to just be able to play music or to make a record or something, to actually have a career. There's a difference between having a job and having a career, you know? And I'm trying to help people have careers doing this. It is not an easy road, and it's more difficult than ever, but patience is required and a plan is required. And you have to stick to the plan. Because if you don't, there is no shortcut to the top. I promise you that. There's no shortcut. And if it's a shortcut, start looking for a job, because this shit ain't gonna last too long. We can go back to the whole thing of like I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I spent the 50s and 60s in New York, seeing amazing music that influenced me so much, from all kinds of music and everything. And then when I came back from college, which I didn't go to music because the war in Vietnam was happening and I had to get out. I didn't want to go to the war, so I went to college instead of just going to being a musician, like I should have been. And I went to school in Indiana, and I came back to New York with absolutely nothing, with me and my girlfriend and our dog. And I was very lucky that my cousin was going out with a famous keyboard player who was doing a lot of studio sessions, and he kind of gave me some advice. And one of the pieces of advice that he gave me was like, be prepared to go for long periods of time without making money. So you got to go into everything with a plan. You got to have some backup stuff and everything happening. But the most important thing is that you have to have a huge commitment. And one of the biggest commitments is that you can never really make it to the place you want to make it to unless you are your own person and your own individual. You're not going to go there and make it sounding like somebody else. You have to bring a uniqueness to yourself that you have, that you're going to present to people, that nobody else can do. My thing was like nobody could do synthesizers like I could do it. I was on the cutting edge, and a lot of pop artists like Luther Vandross, and then jazz Miles Davis and Marcus Miller and Chaka Khan and Whitney and Anita Baker and Michael Jackson, they all wanted what I had that was very unique. So for my years in the studio, I was able to build up my reputation as being somebody that could really deliver on a record and come up with real creative stuff. And that's really important, because everything in this business, no matter what you say, no matter how much money people are going to tell you have to spend, is about word of mouth. You know, it just takes one little kernel to go and to, get your head sparked. You never know where that spark comes from and everything. Maybe one thing I say to you is going to help you get that spark and everything. You know, a few things that people have said to me all along the way have helped me. Little tiny things that have really helped me. You know, they're like, wow, it's unbelievable. You know, I can't believe it. And it stayed with me all of this time because it was a nugget. But who gave me that nugget? Well, you know, maybe Miles gave me something. He gave me some stuff, you know. And different producers that I worked with, you know, showed me different ways to do things and happen. You got to be having somebody that shows you, because that's how you learn. You learn from people that know more than you do. I want to be the worst person on the stage. I want to be the worst person in the recording studio. I want to have people in there that are better than me, that I've got to go and work hard to go up to their level. That's what you want. So, and as far as the other part with Blazetrak, if there's an artist that I feel could have something together and they want to put their skin in the game, I can help them. I could absolutely help them on all different kinds of levels. I can help. It doesn't have to be from the very beginning. I can shepherd you through a project, you know, without doing anything. I can play on something for a project, or the ultimate is I can end up producing the artist, you know. And usually, you know, that's a real commitment on that stuff, you know. So I don't mind like starting out with people and just giving them the advice and telling them what's happening. They could always come back to me, you know. Sometimes I'll be in touch with somebody that hired me for consulting, and I'll just check in with them and seeing how they're doing. It's not all about money. Because in this business, we have to care, because the music has to survive. And right now, it's too scattered out there. But the seduction is it's easy these days to do. So what you want to do is you want to separate yourself from the crowd. You want to go and have a step up on everybody. And that's what a thing like Blazetrak gives you. It gives you a chance to go personal with somebody and ask them the questions that you want to answer, that you want answered if they have the expertise to answer it. And as I look at myself, I'm happy to say that I believe I'm a master of my craft and that I've been doing this a while and sitting in the studio with producers that have made multi-platinum albums and then have a rub off on me. So when I started producing in 1994, the first album I really produced with a big budget, I got an Emmy nomination for, you know? And everybody looks like, wow, how was that? Well, you think that maybe over the last 15 years I've been working with, Miles, Marcus Miller, Tommy LaPuma, Russ Titleman, Noah Reef Martin, You got to get something from this. It's got to rub off on you somewhere. And if it doesn't, you're really stupid. And you can't go out there until you're really, really ready. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to help you get prepared to go out there and understand what this whole thing is about. Because if anybody told you it was going to be easy or this is going to be so that, they were lying to you, man, because it's the hardest thing in the world to do. But if you get to certain places, it could be incredibly rewarding. Trust me, there's nothing like sitting at the Hollywood Bowl with your back to the audience and they're on the stage and you're on a disc and they spin you around and you're in front of 17,000 people and you're about to start a concert of you. You think that thing that disappears, comes out overnight? Or I did Cape Town, South Africa a few years ago, I flew 18 hours to go there, but I saw my name up there on the headline thing and it was like, okay, makes it the reason why you go and you do this, because they recognize you as an individual. Every great artist has their own sound and their own way, and that's what I try to do with people. I try to bring out the best of what you have, and if it's the advice that I give you that can help you get there, then that's really great.